Hello, I'm gonna play sealed Kaldheim, but I'll start with an update of my rank. I fell out of the top 500 and I started falling quicker, but I think I'm pretty safe with my plan of staying in the top 1200, so I'll observe but focus on non-ranked events for now. So I like to start new sets with sealed. I'm pretty excited to um, see how Kaldheim plays out. Seems interesting enough. So let's check what will I open in my packs. So this is pretty nice if you have some Fortel cards, but you can also make each other card a Fortel card, but it could be nice to foretell some cards earlier before you draw it and start getting bonuses without having to foretell something else. So this can be good, but you really need a lot of snow mana sources to be happy with this. So we will check, but in sealed it's pretty hard. This is very powerful. So if I'm in these colors, it may be very nice. The second ability is optional, but can be very powerful if at some spots, and if not, it's just a 3/3 that grows. It's still pretty nice. So that's cool. This isn't bad in any green deck. You can just be happy with the first half of a vigilance creature that ramps you and fixes your mana. Some other legendary creatures benefit from it as well, and maybe you can get there, but it's pretty tough in limited. Maybe in sealed decks it might be more valid than in drafts. So if you have a sealed pool that supports it, why not? But drafting towards it isn't probably a very good idea. So and in sealed you just want you can just check what you have and act accordingly. So this is pretty nice, even if you don't get bonuses of some tribal bonuses or something. You can just treat it as a late game option so the first activation is pretty costly because you have to invest 4 mana and then 3 mana for a 2/2. But then it really gets going. So if you're not some fast aggressive deck, it's just an engine of a value card. It's pretty nice, especially in sealed. So I think I'm gonna play it. And this is also good. So maybe I will. If I would play Sultai, I could play all of my decks, and Sultai best supports this snow archetype. So even this could be valid, and this fixes my colors. So there is some possibility that I will play every rare. So what do we have in white? So white is pretty bad. There are some decent cards. This is maybe the best, but nothing that really pushes me into white. Snow-covered island is important. So this won't make it. This can be playable. This isn't bad if you have some giants. And especially if you have giants and self-mill. This isn't bad. This is a filler. This doesn't seem bad. It's not great, but playable. This is very nice. So 3 copies of a nice card. This seems good enough. This is rather mediocre. So this is this and 3 copies of this flyer are the most appealing cards in blue. I can just skip playing blue. Maybe I will be a good Golgari deck. This is very nice. This can be good. This is cool. This is good. This is good. This is great. This isn't bad. It's more like a filler, but still not that bad. This can be good enough. This is playable, but not very exciting. But black seems really good. So up to this point, every card seemed very nice, and we got some more mediocre stuff in the end. But still, black is cool. Here we get snow-covered mountain and another one. Different arts. Okay, I'm gonna check back if I get 1 snow-covered plains, 2 mountains. So this can be good enough in some aggressive and boast decks. This is good. This is good enough, especially with some Berserker synergies. This doesn't seem great, but it's playable enough, I suppose. This as well. I'm not very happy to include this card. So this is good. So this is the best red cards so far. So this and this are 2 best cards so far. This isn't bad. This also isn't bad, not great, but okay. This is good. So another appealing red card, but not a lot of them are very appealing. So let's see what else do we have. Okay, this isn't bad, but it's still nothing great. The red isn't appealing overall. It has some good cards. It's better than white for sure, but still not too appealing. mediocre. I don't like it very much. This can be nice. This is good. This is rather mediocre. This is good. So I think in every booster there is a basic snowland or a snow tap land. So this cycle of duals, snow duals that enter the battlefield tap. So if I had only 3 basics, I think I will have 3 duals. But these basics weren't in Golgari colors, and I'm pretty much looking to be in Golgari. So we will see how about tap lands, but this really depends on snow mana sources to be worth the inclusion. This is good enough, I suppose. This searches for Snowland. Okay, and we have Golgari and Snowland here, that's nice. So maybe I could splash blue for sagas. Two sagas here. And this searches for a snowland, so I can search for a snow-covered island. This is good. So this is a filler. So we have some Orzhov uncommons. They are pretty good, but I don't think I want to splash 2 colors, and blue seems more appealing at this point. So this and this. These are very nice. So my other tap lands aren't combining very well with my plan to maybe splash blue. Another saga I could splash, but is it worth it? This doesn't seem very splashable. I could count my snow permanents. And this is another snowland that could help me splash blue. This is probably playable enough. This doesn't seem appealing, although treasure tokens help you splash. And I got 1 rune, I suppose. So this is a sideboard card. This seems appealing enough. Okay, let's see how about splashing blue. Let's put this for now. I want it. So I had one rune, if I'm correct. Not splashable. This is quite cool, but okay, let's put it for now. And I don't think I'm gonna splash a double blue cost, even though I can have some fixing. Let's see. How about, so this is my rune. This is also some fixing, so and this also searches for a snow-covered island since it's a basic land. Okay, so we have 45 cards this way, so some cutting should be done. A lot of cards for 4 mana, some of them have foretell, but not a lot. This as well. So I don't get some information about snow super type. I'll have to count it manually. So this really asks for a lot of snow permanents to be worth it. Oh, this should be in the deck, and this. So about 6 cards to cut. Let's maybe check if I don't, if I haven't forgot about something that should be considered at least. Okay, let's consider this for now, even if it's double blue. These equipments aren't very appealing, so let's count it now. No snow permanents so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so 7 at maximum. That doesn't seem right for this as a splash. Let's check this card again. So 3 snowlands at most. That's not great as well. So the last ability is pretty unlikely. I would have to have all 3 snowlands on the battlefield. And it will cost 9 or more mana, since I have only 3 snowlands, and the effect isn't that great, and it has double blue, so it's not good. So I could reanimate it, mill and reanimate it, but it's still pretty unappealing, this option. So this seems pretty nice, especially if I can get some 1/1 tokens or something worth exchanging. So this might be considered. Let's add it for now. And to this, I don't think so, but let's check. And here I would really like to not having to play these cards. I don't have enough elf synergies, so maybe reanimating a 5-drop for 5 but getting 2 tokens as well isn't that bad, but it's still a mediocre 5-drop, and I don't really have elf synergies. Besides this reanimation spell, so no, I don't think so. So if I'm splashing blue, I might leave this, but might also cut them. Is splashing blue really worth it? This seems cool. So I can play one of my and one of their creatures or planeswalker if they have a planeswalker in the graveyard after milling. So this is like a cool divination card. It supports my reanimation spell and maybe some other synergies. And also it's like a draw too if I exile something from my graveyard and from their graveyard, but it's not a random draw like divination, but I may miss from time to time, but 4 is a lot. Some creature I may, if I have something else to do, I may wait till something is in both graveyards, so I wouldn't have to rely on this milling. So this milling gives only more options. So most of the time it's better than draw 2, because I get to choose some 2 creatures, not drawing a land or some 1 or 2 drops if I have some in my deck. So if it's later in the game, I can just pick some powerful cards. So it's really good. If I have good fixing, I could play some of these flyers. They seem good enough. And this is also good. It's more reasons to another reason to run this as one of my fixing cards. It's pretty unappealing by itself, but I can fix. And this also, these two are also very good. They enter the battlefield, may then discard a card, and then I exchange it for some real creature. So, or even this, I could destroy an artifact or enchantment if they have one, and then make the exchange. So I have some support for this exchange. Later, if they have something good, I may exchange non-basic, so I can exchange a non-basic land for their land of this cycle, perhaps, and have some utility. But I would have to pay the activation costs still, so that could be hard, but may come up if they have Golgari or Simic or Dimir land. Or if they have a good enchantment, I can give them this aura and they will get this 3rd chapter of draining for 3, but I get a real card and they only get this drain, so it's also cool. So I think this is also good. So so I think some good cards are here. In blue, worth splashing, especially in sealed. Sealed is slower. I may play this as a weird tap land that enables my splashes. This as a land that can be supports some snow synergies that I might have if I don't cut all of them. So this benefits from having snow lands, and also this can be found with this one. So 4 vehicles are probably too many. So this is a value card. It can draw me lands, and so this is pretty appealing. This shouldn't make the cut, perhaps. So maybe it's not bad to have a Vigilance 3/3 that I can crew with this Disciple or this. But I don't think it will make the cut. I certainly want to play this. So I think I'll cut it. I think I want to play this, although not sure, because I don't really want to play this and reanimating. So how many elves do I have? Reanimating 3 elves only, and reanimating cards that are cheaper than 5 mana isn't great with such a card, and I'm not sure if I want to keep this one as well in this deck. So I prefer to kill them with blue flyers. I will have a lot of fixing in my decks, or just take over the game with this Nexus, or or just outgrind them because I have a lot of value, or Sarulf can be good enough, or I can steal some good cards of there. So I have some plan to win, and this is pretty unappealing. So this elves, I don't want to reanimate this just to create some 2 tokens. These are more appealing to reanimate, because still I make them discard some cards and get the 3/1/1s for 5 mana, and so it's quite worth it, but it's pretty narrow, and I don't have good reanimation targets. So maybe this one, but it's still paying 5 mana for a 3 mana creature. Flyers aren't that bad, but it's still waiting for something to get into my graveyard, and still overpaying for it, so it's not good. So yeah, I suppose I'll cut these 2, so my mana curve gets worse. Maybe I should consider leaving them and cutting better but more expensive vehicle. But I suppose I could cut something for 4 mana. This is the worst slot for me, but it's not tragic. I don't have anything more expensive, so if these were cards for, some of them were for 5 or 6 mana, the mana curve would look better at first glance, but it would be just a more expensive deck, so it's not really better. So I think it's not the end of the world to play a mana curve similar to this. But I think cutting too many 2-drops isn't great here, so let's think about other options. So how many legendary creatures do I have? Not a lot, I suppose. So maybe my fixing is good enough that I shouldn't play Sentinel. Excuse me. Okay, so this Sentinel is pretty unappealing, especially if I cut my reanimation card. But let's be frank, it wouldn't be a good target for this reanimation anyway. But it was some fail case to get 3 creatures out of 1, so it wouldn't be that bad. But now even less reasons to keep this, and I think my fixing should be good enough with this searching for lands, and having this, and having this replicating ring, and not a lot of blue cards. 5 are maybe not a small number, but still I think I don't need this. So maybe one of these vehicles, and I'll leave one to have some early blocker, better than a 1-1 that can crew this. And if I have 15 creatures, I shouldn't play three vehicles, so one more is gone. So I'm close. One more card to cut. I could cut one Raven to have less blue cards, but I think my fixing is good enough, and this seems quite appealing. I could add this. It's not. It can perform some real role in my deck, but no, I wouldn't be happy to do that. To be frank, this crew 3 is still a lot. It gives some value, but that's not easy in my deck to. I can consider cutting this second copy as well, although I have some options. What else could I cut? I could consider playing 16 lands, because I have this for 3 mana, this, so maybe 3 mana is quite a lot, but it's still two more mana sources, and some cards searching for lands like this, and that green boast creature, this Horizon Seeker. So the problem is that all of them need me to draw at least 3 lands first to get going, and I have a mana sink, so even if I have 3 lands, I need more. So I think 17 is about right anyway. So let's. Some mana sinks are here. This is also good as a mana sink. So what else could I cut? This troll, is it well supported? So 3 snow-covered lands. This is the 4th source. Yeah, I don't think so. I would have to control 2 out of 4 snow mana sources at the same time to activate it. And is it that great? I don't think so, but I'm down to 14 creatures right now and still have 2 vehicles. It's not ideal as well. I'm pretty heavy in 4 mana. This is so some of my spells generate creatures like this, but it's very slow. Or this, it's still quite slow. So that isn't great. 14 is quite a low number. Maybe I should cut a vehicle and add this 5-5 to have some beefy option, even if it's not very appealing. I could also go crazy and add all these lands and try to enable this second half of this second side of this god, this prismatic bridge. And have some more snow sources for this ice height troll, and then consider splashing some more cards, but nothing really. This is maybe splashable in red. This is pretty weird to splash. And in white, nothing really appealing, so probably the most appealing white splash would be this Horse of Angel. But that is too much, probably, going 5 colors with this deck. So mana curve is weird in this deck, but it's still has some options. 1, 2, 4, 5 creature 2-drops. 1, 2, 3. 3 3-drops. Raven can be a turn 3 play if I have a blue mana source. Shouldn't be bad. Maybe this Outrider makes sense to have something beefier for the late game. It can pull its weight well enough, even if it's not very exciting. This or I could splash this angel. So I still have this. Still can find snow mana sources. And this is really appealing. So I could add this. And probably this red card is too much, but this white splash might be worth it. So and still it can be cast without white fixing if I exile it with this saga. If I mill this and exile, then okay. So I think it's a better option. Maybe I shouldn't play plains here. So for one white card I could just rely on I'm searching for Snowland. So this searches only for basic land, so that's one reason to include plains, but that bear searches for Snowland, and I still have this and this, so it's 4 options to get it. So maybe let's see how should my mana base look first. So I have 12, 13 slots for basic lands. I'm not counting this snow-covered island, but this more traditional basic lands. So I think I want to have 8 black mana sources with this deck, at least one more swamp, but I don't want to call one of my main colors here. It's a fail case, but I shouldn't do that most of the time. So I think I prefer to have more swamps. And about that many forests, I think this is good. So 8 black sources, 7 green sources, and this should be blue or white if I need it, and I have more backup for blue because I have 5 blue cards and only 1 white card, so that makes sense. Okay, it took quite long, but this is a new set, so it's pretty hard, and I prefer to take my time during deck building and have better decks, especially since sealeds are pretty costly when it comes to gems, and you get your gems back. You get a lot of cards, 3 boosters for even for 0 wins, so that doesn't change up to 7 wins, and you open 6 15 cards 15 card boosters and 3 of these arena 8 card boosters, if I'm correct. I think 5 commons, 2 uncommons, and a rare, or 4 commons. I don't remember exactly, but you open quite a lot of cards. But I have a lot of wild cards, and that means I prefer to keep my gems, not get a lot of cards. So I still like to play a sealed from time to time, but you have to get to 6 wins to get your gems back and profit only 10% with 7 wins, and even if with 5-3 you get a significant hit on your gems. So I prefer to take my time to build a good deck if I'm able, and try to invest my time to get as many gems as possible and still have a good time. I like deck building, so I think it makes sense now. The mana curve is quite weird, but I'm happy with this deck for now. And we will see if I'm not mistaken, and if it will be powerful for real. So what could I do? So double white doesn't seem appealing to me, so I have this lands that are pretty good overall, but don't fit my deck because of this double white in activation cost. Equipments, so equipments gain something when you have runes. I have one rune of mortality, but still I prefer to keep this one vehicle that has a pseudo draw, conditional pseudo draw, but also helps me with fixing because it speeds up of getting my lands. If I put a tap land a turn earlier, I can cast a white spell also a turn earlier. Okay, so the deck is ready. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel. The whole playlist of this event is in the description, so check them out.